Hi, I'm Gee Charman and welcome back to my series of Dinner Delights. In this episode, I'm going to show you a beautiful slow roasted leg of lamb with sweet tomatoes and peppers, and to go with that, a really quick couscous and a cheats mint and yoghurt dressing. So for me, this is the perfect Easter dish. And if you don't want to use a leg of lamb, which can be quite expensive, you can use a shoulder, which is slightly cheaper, and cook it in exactly the same way. There are two ways, in my opinion, of cooking a leg of lamb. One relatively quickly, so you've got that beautiful pink succulent meat, or actually how I prefer it, really slow, long roast, where the meat just falls off the bone. So I'm going to treat this really simply. Just a little bit of black pepper, and a good pinch of sea salt. I'm not going to spice this up, but if you want to, you could put a little bit of paprika or cumin or even coriander powder on it, and that would go really well with this dish, but I'm going really traditional. And then just a little bit of olive oil. You don't need too much, there's quite a lot of fat in lamb, so that will come out naturally anyway. Now, all the ingredients for this recipe can be found in the description box. Now, this is going to go into the oven for the first set of cooking, which is for an hour and a half. So my lamb's been in the oven for about an hour and a half. I started it at about 200, got it nice and hot, and then as soon as the lamb went in, dropped the temperature to about 160, 150. Now I'm going to start with my beautiful accompaniment, and this is going to be sweet roasted red peppers and tomatoes. So I've literally got a couple of red peppers that I've just finely sliced that I'm going to pop onto a baking tray, and then top that with plum tomatoes that I've just simply cut in half. This is so simple, and although it's a long cook, there's not a lot of preparation, there's not a lot to do, there's no standing over hobs stirring with steam going everywhere, so it really is the perfect dish for entertaining. So these go on, and then our old friend olive oil, a good glug. Now, because these are going to roast for about an hour and a half, along with the lamb, they're going to become beautifully sweet and sort of caramelised around the edge. And then to go with that, slithers of garlic. Now, if you puree garlic, it becomes really strong, but if you slice it like this and then slow roast it, it becomes beautifully sweet. And then a little herb to go with it, just because I always have this lying around, a bit of thyme, just a few sprigs over the top. And then our friends, Mr. S&P, a good sprinkling of black pepper and some salt. Now, this really is the perfect Easter dish, especially if we get some nice weather. It's really simple to cook, and you can prepare it almost a day in advance. You could get this done the day in advance, the lamb in the tray already, and it's just one of those dishes that you can pop on the table and let everybody enjoy without sweating it out in the kitchen with a traditional roast. So now these go into the oven to join the lamb, and they both cook together for another hour and a half. So my lamb, tomatoes and peppers are roasting away, and the 3 hours are nearly up. So I'm going to make my couscous. This is just normal couscous, and I'm just going to add a little bit of salt because I'm going to soak this in chicken stock that's already got quite a lot of salt in, so go easy. And a bit of black pepper and a nice little bit of olive oil. You can jazz this up as much as you want with lemon zest, lemon juice, orange juice, whatever you want, but again, I'm keeping this really traditional because there are so many flavours going on with the tomatoes, the peppers, the dressing, the lamb, so we're going simple. And then this is chicken stock. If you make couscous with boiling water, it is disgusting. You might as well eat gravel, it's not very nice, so you need flavour in it. So chicken stock, vegetable stock is the only way, in my mind, to do couscous. So instead of measuring it out, I'm just going to pour it over so it comes up to about 1 centimetre above the couscous, and then simply cover it with cling film and set it to one side. So to go with my lamb, I'm going to make a really simple mint and yoghurt dressing. Now, I'm hoping for a little bit of nice weather over Easter, and this is the perfect alternative to a gravy. So I've got a little bit of low-fat yoghurt, not the Greek style, you don't want the set, but you can use full-fat, but plain natural yoghurt, no strawberry flavours or anything like that. And then a little bit of mint jelly. It normally goes on the side of your dish, but instead I'm going to mix this through the yoghurt. Now, mint sauce can't be used because it's got too much vinegar in it and it'll be too wet, but this is the sort of for want of a better word, cheap mint jelly that you get in your supermarket. But I lived out in the Middle East for a while and they use this little trick as well. So if they can use it, then I can. So give that a mix. And then because this is savoury yoghurt and not sweet, a little bit of black pepper and a bit of salt. But don't put your salt in too early. If you're making this the day before and leaving it in the fridge, season just before you serve because it will draw out some of the water in the yoghurt and you'll have a watery mess. And there you have it, the most simple and the quickest alternative to gravy or any other dressing. It's almost cheating, but it's absolutely delicious. And if you like this recipe and want to see others, click on the subscribe button. So my lamb's out of the oven just resting and my tomatoes are here as well. And then the final little addition to the couscous is just to give it a quick run through with a fork and add some chopped parsley. It just an extra bit of green and colour and flavour to it. And another glug of olive oil. So there you have it. It's as simple as that. You've got all 4 elements ready to serve. So I've got a beautiful big board here that I bought on holiday, but if you don't have one like this, you can just pop it on a chopping board, or if you want to, you can carve everything up and individually plate, but this is my way of doing it. So I've got a little bowl ready for my yoghurt and mint dressing. And then couscous, maybe put this in a nice big pile down the middle. This is one of those great interactive dishes that can bring the whole family together. So the couscous is on, and now it's these beautiful tomatoes that have slow roasted, become really juicy, and they've got little caramelized edges. Now they do collapse and fall apart a little bit, but I don't really mind. They're just so full of flavour. And these beautiful bits of garlic that are sort of caramelized up and become really sweet. And then the crowning glory, this beautiful slow roasted lamb. And because it's roasted for so long, it's really shrunk down, but that's absolutely fine. It's just intensified its flavour. And all these juices in the bottom, you can pop in a little jug and serve at the side if you wish. And there you have it. It's so simple, so quick, and not a lot of fuss on Easter Day. It's absolutely perfect, and I promise you it's delicious. So this lamb will just fall off the bone. There isn't even the argument of who's going to carve at the table. You just need to use a fork or tongs and pull it off. I know it's 3 hours in the oven, but it really does make a difference. It's absolutely delicious. I really hope you can join me for my next episode in my series of Dinner Delights.